Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to start with an introduction to data analysis. We'll talk about the data analysis, what data analysis is. Basically I decided that I will create a playlist, and in this playlist I will try to complete the whole course of data analysis. What are the major and the more important things you need to know as a data analysis? Basically, this playlist is for the beginners, and in this playlist, I will go from the very zero start. So, first of all, we are going to understand the introduction of data analysis, and then step by step, we will go as a further. So I also try to make the playlist and complete the playlist as soon as fast. So let's start. I already create a PPT, and I think it's better to understand with the whole definitions. So let's go. So, as I already told you, we'll talk about what data analysis is, why it matters, the different type of analysis, some popular tools, and the general process of data analysis. So, let's get started. So, what is data analysis? Data analysis is basically the process of working with data to make sense of it. We inspect it, clean it, transfer it, and model it so that you can extract useful information and make the better decision. For example, imagine a retail shop. By looking at the sales data, the owner can easily figure out which product was the best seller of the last month, right? So, in simple terms, data goes in, data analysis, the analysis happen, and inside out, and then you can understand the best decision smartly. Why data analysis is matter? Why is this important? Because data is everywhere. Data is in business, in healthcare, in education. In business, it helps company to understand their customer. In healthcare, it is used to improve patient outcomes like predicting who might be at risk. In education, it helps track student success and performance. A great everyday example is Amazon. The reason is always seems to know what product to recommend you is because it's constantly analyze your browsing and purchase history. That's data analysis in action. So now we will move forward to the type of analysis. There are three main type of analysis: descriptive analysis, diagnostic analysis, and predictive analysis. So descriptive analysis is what happened. It means, like, for instance, a month sales report tell us how many products were sold, right? Diagnostic analysis is like, why did it happen? Like, maybe sales drop because a competitor launched a similar product. It is like the example of descriptive diagnostic analysis, okay? And predictive analysis is basically look ahead what might happen next. For example, forecasting next month's sales using historical data and even machine learning techniques to understand this. You can think of it like timeline. Descriptive looks at the past, then diagnostic explain the present, and predictive help us to prepare for the future. I think this is the simplest way to understand this. Then we will see the tools of data analysis to do this work, and how are the main tools. So, first in Excel, still one of the most common. It's great for quick charts, tables, and simple analysis. For example, a manager might use Excel to compare sales in different regions, right? Then we have Python, which is much more powerful. With libraries like Pandas and Matplotlib, you can clean data, explore it deeply, and even build machine learning model. For example, predicting house prices based on location and size, right? So finally, SQL, the language for working with a database, it helps us to search, filter massive data set quickly. A bank might use SQL query to detect suspicious transactions. So each tool has its strength, and in practical analysis for even often used together. So now we have the data analysis process. Regardlessly of a tool, the process usually follow the same steps. First, we collect the data, maybe in CSV file or a database export. Then we clean it. We remove the duplication, fixing error, or filling in missing values. Next, we analyze creating charts, graph, and dashboard to support patterns. And finally, we extract insights like discovering that region A is growing faster than the rest, right? So this is the basically the pipeline: collect, clean, visualize, and interpret. It is at the heart most every data analysis project. So basically, you can say that this is the main simplest way of the pipeline. So now in the end, we will summarize and wrap up. Data analysis is about turning raw numbers into insights. We looked at three main types, right? Descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive. We saw the key tools, which are Excel, Python, and SQL. And we collect through the general process: collect, clean, visualize, and draw insights. And remember, data analysis is something you encounter every day. So, we will also understand with the example like Netflix use it to recommend the next movie or show you the probably you will enjoy, right? So as you can see, data analysis isn't just for scientific or business purpose, it's shaping the world around us all the time. And that brings us to the end of today's video, the first part of our data analysis playlist. So basically, in this playlist, we'll go step by step from basics to using SQL, Python, and Excel, and finally to the real world case studies, right? If you found this video helpful, make sure to check out the next video in the playlist and follow along as we build our data analysis skills together. Hope so you like it, and thank you so much for supporting and showing much love. Bye bye.